Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at this portable battery charger. This is a smart power bank, as you can tell right there on the box. That's what it's called. This particular model I picked up from eBay. I paid a little less than $13 for it, depending on which seller you buy. They usually range from 10 to about 15. So it's fairly lightweight. It's a normal form factor. It's not huge. The front cover here is supposed to be a photovoltaic cell, which means that you should be able to charge it in the sunlight if you leave it outside for a while. I'm going to show you guys later what that's supposed to look like. So in terms of specs, this says right on top here that it is a 300,000 milliamp hour capacity. Now, for your information, the normal capacity of, let's say, a basic iPhone 5S is 1400 milliamp hours. Now, we're going to test out the capacity later with this inline amp meter. We're going to plug it up. We're going to see the amount of milliamps that it actually has. I already know the amount, but I'll show you guys later what it looks like and the amount of current going out of the charge ports. Now, this particular model also has two USB out charge ports. They're claimed to be at a different amp rating. One is a 1 amp and the other one is a slightly higher fast charge. So you charge it through this little micro USB here, and then you have these two output standard USB ports. According to the listings and from my own understanding, this does look to be waterproof. You can kind of plug in all the external outputs right here with this pretty soft rubber plug. If you do a good job, it will stay in there. It looks to be pretty convenient and pretty watertight. This came bundled with a light, so this is a pretty powerful LED light. It could be triggered with this single unit button right here. We could also test the gauge. So if I press this button, you guys will see that it is in fact fully charged. You have the first 4 LEDs lit up. The last one is not lit up, and I'll show you guys later that is a green LED, and it will only be lit up when the photovoltaic cell is exposed to sunlight.
Alright, so notice here on the top left you have this little green LED and it keeps lighting up and going dim as I bring it closer and further away from the actual sunlight. Now there really isn't that much sunlight. You could tell that I have the shades on the blinds pretty much closed. I don't know how much possible sunlight energy could be going to this actual photovoltaic cell, but it seems to be some kind of light sensor. Now you can't tell where the light sensor is on the actual instrument itself, but in terms of the charge capacity, they do claim that it's only enough to actually keep the battery maintained.
So here I've turned on the LED light. It has a pretty fair spread. I wouldn't say it's anywhere close to the power of the actual LED light on an iPhone, or for that matter, any phone device. You do have multiple modes. Let's see, I'm going to press this button. It should flash. So here we have a flashing mode. So you can see it is fairly bright. Here's another slower flashing mode. And here's another faster one. And then I just want to turn it off. Alright, and now it's off. So it's a pretty useful feature to have. For something so cheap, you do get a light bulb, an LED light. You do get a compass right here and a nice carabiner. Okay, so at this point, we're just going to test out what the actual amps coming out of this are going to be. I'm going to hook this up to a fully depleted iPod 4th generation here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to stick this into the charger, into the output port, either one for now. We'll try both so you could see that the unit powered on. It's telling me that it has a 5-volt battery, and currently 1 milliamp hours has been charged fully. And on top we'll have the charge amp rate. I'm just going to plug this into this other side, and it should begin charging. Okay. I just got to activate it with this button. Alright, so it is now activated, and it's beginning to charge the iPod. So I could see the little dim charge symbol on it. And I'll just read off the screen. It's currently charging at 0.35 amps. Now, one thing to note is that, you know, even though this might be a 1 amp output or a 2 amp output, it will only charge as fast as your actual device will allow it to. So at this point, it is charging at 0.36 of an amp. It might change over time. We're going to check it on this iPad 3rd generation later on. So currently I've charged. Also, you can monitor your milliamp amount. So you could see it's slightly moving as I hold this here. So I'll just take a second here and to see how much it'll charge. The capacity on these batteries, I think it's around 1,000 milliamp hours. So based on that, I know for a fact this actually has about 3,000 milliamp hour capacity. So it is charging. It's still at 0.3. So it went up a little bit. It might go up a little bit over time, but let's just check out what the other port will look like to see if it's the same exact output. I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in to the second port. Alright, so it's plugged in. Here we go. It's now charging a little bit faster at 0.42 amps. You do have a solid charge, so you could tell I have 4. Now it went back down to 0.36, so it must be equalizing itself somehow. But that's not a big deal. So I just wanted to show you guys here. This is from a charge that I did earlier where I fully charged the charge bank. So you could tell it says 3145. So that actually was the maximum capacity of this charge bank. So basically I would say it has about 3,000 milliamp hours, which in reality is a giant misadvertisement. You know, it's claimed to be 300,000 milliamp hours. Now I understand maybe they made a mistake and they meant maybe 3,000, which is what I would do. So it's a, you know, 2 orders of magnitude basically mistake here. But you do have a 3,000 total capacity of this charge bank, which is not horrible. That's enough to charge a typical iPhone 5 or a 6 or a 7 exactly 2 times. So for the amount of money, for $12, $13, you do have 2 full charges. Alright, so at this point, as I promised, I connected the iPad. It has a larger battery. These are known to have at least a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. They last a long time, so I just wanted to see if the charge rate would be different. So here we're basically at 0.98 amps that we're charging at. Also 4.7 volts. So let's just try the other charge port. Okay, so I've connected it to the other port, and it's the same exact amount. So in terms of high speed, low speed, you really don't know at this point. It's not exceeding 1 amp on the charge speed, even though it's claimed to be multiple charge rates.